Good morning. It's Friday, October 20th. We're having a good week. We are. I hope you guys are too. Our shift to day trading has really worked out well. As you can see, our predictions are really uncannily accurate for the most part at 9 a.m. every morning. So today we have a few themes, and you're looking at the stock list, but we're going to switch to the macro. Let's actually switch to the macro. All right. The three themes today, okay, are, well, the solar stock sector. Okay, solar stock sector getting crushed on that warning by SEDG. Market, here's the second theme, or maybe it should be the first. TLT has been crashing to new lows yesterday, this morning, with VIX flying to levels that are kind of like breakout levels. This is the VIXy. Let me just see if I can show the actual VIX on here. Okay. Is it trade pre-market? I don't know if that is valid pre-market trading, the actual VIX. I don't think so. I think it opens at 9:30. Okay. But between what the TLT is doing and what the VIX is doing, this is really dangerous to the market. I'm surprised KRE has been holding up as much as it has. So we're going to take the opportunity to short more KRE. We did add to a little bit of that yesterday. I think we'll do more of that today as rates go higher. And then look at the impact that this is having. TLT and VIX is having not only on KRE, IWM, but also SPY and QQQ. And I want to propose, we have lots of things going on. We have the war going on, but also this warning from SEDG. What are they warning about? A collapse in sales in Europe in September and August, from mid-August, which is supposed to be like their busiest time of the year. The sales collapse there. I can only venture to guess that's because of higher interest rates. We've been hearing about higher interest rates and the impact that has on sales from Elon Musk. Very dire messaging from Elon Musk about that on the conference call the other night. And I've also been seeing a lot of people in general, people I follow on Twitter, talking about the danger of higher interest rates on solar, on cars, on commercial real estate. I mean, it's a really bad thing. So this warning from SEDG combined with TLT dropping and geopolitical concern and VIX rising can really be bad for the market. We could be in for a really bad day. All right. SPY QQQ. Let me just look. SPY to me is pretty clear at this point that we got to get close to testing this line. Now, it never touched it here on this, but I think we're going to get closer than it is now. So maybe like 423, 422 at the least, I think we can achieve on SPY. It could happen today. Now, that's not going to be a primary bet. Betting on market direction a little bit harder than specific companies and sectors. But I think we have a downward bias, which is why I think we're going to add a little bit more VIX today, short a little more KRE, short a little more IWM. So from a macro perspective, we are going to do that. Okay. And then I'm really looking at this POPs and USO, gold, and even Bitcoin as more war-related than anything else. That's how I look at it. I know there's other fundamental tailwinds for oil. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but I think the bigger tailwind is what's going on with the war. All right, let's go on. So that's one theme, is the macro we just talked about, and our bias towards maybe shorting a little bit today on that. Now, as far as specific stocks, I told you about this warning from Sedge. Unbelievable. Man, SolarEdge. I'm not too familiar with this company, and maybe that's why I didn't short it, and I should have. It was like 89 last night in after hours, opened up at 84, and now it's 80. But I'm like kind of thinking about what companies do I know. I went to Enphase. I looked at Enphase. Enphase, I didn't short it. I don't know why. I just didn't. This is why. Because in the warning from SEDG, they said it's the European sales that collapsed. And I don't know what percent of SEDG's sales are European, what percent of Enphase are European. So that's why I was like, maybe Enphase is overreacting to this. Maybe they only have a small percentage European. I just don't know the answer to that. And I didn't have time to research it. So I just avoided it. But I'm looking for other ways to play this. Okay. So I think the other ways that this can be played, and very well may end up being if you short SEDG at the open, it might be down 40% today, right? I don't know. But what are other ways to play this? And I'm going to propose to you a few ideas. Short TAN. TAN's only down 8%. Oops. TAN's only down 8%, while we have Enphase down 13%, Solar Edge down 30%. If you go into the portfolio here of what they own, Enphase and Solar Edge, number 1 and 3. Let's see how much First Solar is down. Okay. First Solar is down less, so that's maybe helping it stay up a little bit. But I don't know. I shorted some TAN. I think it's gonna. What I'm learning is when you have bad news in extended hours in the afternoon, night before, in the morning, the move after 9:30 a.m. is almost always a much bigger drop than what you see in pre-market. Like no matter how bad it looks, right, it gets worse. Like that's what I've noticed, especially for the company warning, like SEDG, right? So, in any case, I have a feeling, when history is written here by Monday, and we look at the TAN chart. I think we're going to be seeing a solid red candle on TAN rather than like an open red candle. That's basically the bet on that, right? You have really bad news, you gap down with a solid red candle rather than like a reversal. So anyway, shorting a little bit TAN. Okay, we're doing that. But as far as like top 5 picks, I got some proposals for you today. Generac. Generac makes solar panels also. This morning, I saw this. They sell solar systems and also like battery systems and generators. And I'm sure those are mostly financed too. So if like high interest rates are cutting back on, solar systems being purchased, it's probably impacting Generac also. Or even if it's not, the perception will be that it is. And that's really what I care about. What's the perception of other investors on the street, right? Are people going to be worried that this can impact Generac? So when I saw this morning, I already had that in my mind. And then I saw Generac initiated underperformed by Exane. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, all right, now we got 2 pillars at least, right? So that's it. I jumped on the short this morning of Generac at like, I don't know what it was, maybe $91 or something. So we're shorting Generac. We'll go through the list. This might end up being the number 1 pick to like buy puts on Generac at the open. All right. Let's see. Generac. Let's see if we could do some technicals here. It's a critical support level right here. So sad. It's really sad. 52-week low, 86.29. Maybe I would have to say there's a chance we challenge a 52-week low of 86.29 on Generac today. 86.29, that's a possibility. All right, check this level out right here. You see this? Let's find the low right here. 75 to wow, it hit 75 that day. Okay. So that right here is going to be your ultimate support. I have a hard time seeing it go below. So if it breaks 86, let's say it has a terrible day, or it's a swing short, right? It breaks 86 and it continues bleeding next week. I think then the major big support is going to be in the $75 to $80 range on Generac. All right, so that's an idea for you to short Generac. Also, we shorted Tesla in a big way yesterday. We made a lot of money on short Tesla. That was great. Okay. It was, if you remember the show yesterday, our number 1 pick was officially TSM. And our number 2 pick was Tesla, but we ended up mostly doing Tesla because it was, the thesis, the reason I gave you number 1, I thought TSM would have a smoother chart, which it did. It was easier, less stressful to play, I guess. But we went for the bigger money, so we shorted Tesla most. It was really kind of internally our number 1 pick. We gave you guys TSM, but we were shorting Tesla all day, as you saw in the chat, and we did really well with that. But guess what? Even though Tesla was down 10% yesterday, we're shorting it again this morning. All right, we exited it last night and shorting it again as of early this morning. And part of the reason we're shorting it is, well, the technicals, right? The technicals for sure. You're getting close to the 200 DMA. I think when you're this close, you got to touch it. But this warning from SEDG, don't forget, Tesla sells solar panels, folks. And on top of that, Elon Musk was just talking about the interest rate situation and how it impacts demand in cars. I mean, just put it all together and just more reason for people to sell Tesla this morning. Institutions, even I'm talking about. So 200 DMA somewhere here around 214.50. I think you're going to get pretty close to touching that today. What? Oh, wait. What's this? 212.36. Okay. So I would say your support range on Tesla is from 212.36 through the 200 DMA, which let me give you a precise number on that 200 DMA here. TD doesn't do that great. I gotta like eyeball it on TD. I know other apps tell you precisely. I'm just looking on a website here. Okay, 200 DMA is 214.70. I eyeballed it closely. So target today on Tesla 212.36 through 214.70, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if it bottoms at 215 though, right? Like rounded up to a nice whole number. But look at this, it's just diving into the open. So a shorting of these common shares working out this morning. So those are two ideas for you on the Sedge theme. All right, short Generac, short Tesla. Also, a shorting a little bit tan. All right. Other big theme today. So that's two themes. Is let me just review. Right. Theme number one: market could be in trouble. Long VIX. Watch TLT. We could see a crash. We could see SPY move. Did I go over the SPY chart? I think I did. No, didn't. I think I've skipped it. Like so. Look at this. Was SPY. If I missed it, okay. SPY. Okay. At this point, you got to move close. Right. So that was the first theme, the market. Second theme, the short solar stocks and related. All right. Next theme, which maybe this ends up being our number one pick of the day. We'll see, is long defense. All right. We swang some Lockheed Martin overnight and actually added some more early today on Biden's speech last night. And the fact that we're going into a weekend with the geopolitical worry. So I don't know if you heard Biden's speech, but really the speech last night was all about getting Congress to pass aid. This is my take on it. It really mostly had to do with aid for Ukraine. All right. And he's packaging it in together with aid for Israel because like the Republicans have been against aid for Ukraine, but a lot of them are probably for aid for Israel. So the whole speech was about, hey, Hamas is evil. We need to support Israel. But, this is just like Russia and Putin. And then, he went into and connected the whole thing. And then most of the speech became about Ukraine and how we have to fund Ukraine. So it was basically a tactic out there to say, okay, we're going to fund Israel only if you fund Ukraine. What does that mean, fund? It means more business for Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon. It means, missile defense systems, airplanes, whatever it is that all these companies provide are going to get more business. So with the way he packaged it, however you want to think about it, politics, whatever it is, his speech really was about that. But I think it's much more likely now it's going to get passed, right? When it's packaged again together with Israel, I think you're going to get Republican support. And then you're going to see more money flowing to the defense stocks. And then you have the weekend coming up. All right. There's more days in the weekend than there are during the week, right? Obvious statement. But what that means, it means, and this is why probably you get a lot of bleed, theta crush in stock options over the weekend, by the way, because a lot can happen over a weekend, over a few days. So geopolitically, a lot of things can happen. Bad people will be worried about it. We saw last Friday defense stocks, oil, gold surging into the close. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something similar. So we have resistance of 452.75, 452.79 on Lockheed, and then the 200 DMA at about 455 and change. So Lockheed Martin, long Lockheed Martin, or if you like other defense stocks, you could do it with anyone you want. Northrop Grumman and Raytheon. Lockheed has been behaving a little bit better the last couple of days, so we're going to stick with Lockheed. So that's another idea for you. And then we're going to be watching gun stocks to pile back in. We're currently mostly out. We have some POW that we've been swinging, but whether it's SWBI or RGR or POW, I believe these will have their day pretty soon, and we just have to watch for either some news, a catalyst, a technical breakout, could be anything. One of these companies can come out and say sales are surging, whatever it is, and you can bet we'll be buying the gap when that happens. Okay. All right. So also USO gold, we could see continuation. So be watching that. All right, let me just quickly look at the news, see if we missed anything important. All right, so now let's see if we can order these. Wow, look at that, man. As it turns out, man, I really missed an opportunity on shorting Sedge. Wow, let's just look at the technicals here. Wow, that's craziness. What's that? $68? Can it get to 68? Shoot, man, it could. This could get to $68. You know what? Maybe we'll watch Sedge. Yeah. Maybe we'll watch Sedge for like resistance levels, and maybe we'll short pops in it. But yeah, that's tough to short right off the bat. Minus 30%, but I said that when it was minus 25% last night. Okay. I'm going to go short Generac. Okay. I'm going to go short Generac and then short Tesla is 1 and 2. All right. Maybe a little bit less exciting than maybe trying to short Sedge, Solar Edge. But yeah, Generac, we went through the technicals with you, I believe, gave you a couple levels, possible target levels on Generac. We got the underperform rating and $78 price target. And we got the sympathy move with Sedge. So that's number 1. And then number 2, Tesla, but only till 212 to about 215 for now. And we'll see how it behaves after that. But yeah, I think that might be enough for now. Honestly, I think Tesla is heading to 160. But it's easy to say when you're in the midst of a big drop. Let me show you something. Do you guys see this chart pattern from January to May? Okay. Do you see the carbon copy of that from May to now? Literally, look at this. It's insane. Like every aspect of this chart, down to the gap over here, has been a carbon copy of this. Okay. So I don't think I want to be hero in, shorting it once it touches the 200 DMA or once it touches the lowest end of this target, 212.36. But if sometime, even today or next week or whatever, we break that and it becomes clear that the 200 DMA is resistance, then look out below, man. Tesla's going to be going to 155 to 165. Okay. That's the story on Tesla. Believe it. I know you bulls don't like that, but that's what I see. As we dive into the open. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Short Tesla, short Generac. Wow. All right. All right. Number 3 pick. Gonna go with long Lockheed Martin. Long Lockheed. Generac, Tesla, Lockheed. So this is officially the number 1 pick. I'm going to do something similar as kind of yesterday. Like, this is officially the number 1 pick, the short Generac. But depending on price action and how things evolve in the first 5 or 10 minutes, we might shift our focus more towards Tesla or Lockheed Martin. Okay, we'll see. So those are the top 3. And then I'm going to just say price action is not there yet. Catalyst not there specifically today, but I'm going to put, I'm sorry, it was Powell. Powell, just kind of a little anticipation that we could run into the weekend. And then we have, that's it. All right, I'm not going to give you 5. We're monitoring USO, gold, etc. But I'm just going to give you 4 today. All right. I guess 5th one will be Sedge. All right, we'll see. Maybe we'll short the pops in Sedge or something. Yeah, that'll be the 5th one. So short Generac, short Tesla, long Lockheed, speculative long Powell because the catalyst or price action not there yet this morning, and short Sedge on pops. That's the playbook for today. All right. Let's see if we can do it again. We'll be sharing some data. Those of you who are invested in our hedge fund are going to be getting a snapshot of how our day trading is doing this month. And it's very, very, very good. Unfortunately, we're still unwinding long positions, one of them being Yatra. But once we get all that out of the way, then we are on to something really good here at Story Trading. And it's partially due to what we do best, but I honestly think it's mostly due to this terrible market. The day will come again when markets will be stable to / bullish and we can invest again, right? We can look at catalysts and say, this is great for this company. Let's establish a longer term swing position. This market is not for that now. It's not. You got to day trade to survive or just exit the market until things get better. All right. That's my advice to you. We'll see you guys. We'll give you an update at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Take care. See you soon.